All for Me and None for All is another book by Helen Lester and illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. Like most of Helen Lester's books, it's about animals again, and it also can be quite humorous. So let's look at the cover. What do you notice? This is Gruntley the hog. Okay. He wants to keep everything for himself. He's greedy. Are you wondering how this might make the other animals feel? Gruntley was a ball hog. Not only did he refuse to share his toys with Hampshire and Berkshire, but he helped himself to theirs. Gruntley grabbed Yorkie's shoes, even though he already had far more shoes than feet. And it got worse. Gruntley constantly snuck up on Woolworth and Cluck to gather more fluff and feathers so he would have the poofiest pillows. If there was a something, he wanted it all for himself. What a hog, snorted Hampshire, Berkshire, and Yorkie. He bestows new meaning upon the word, said Woolworth wisely. Cluck, said Cluck, and nodded. She was a chicken of few words. Clearly, Gruntley's companions were fed up with his greediness. So the animals look unhappy with Gruntley. Would you feel the same way if you were there? One day, as Gruntley was skipping along, wolfing someone else's donuts and collecting illegal flowers, he came upon a sign. The Parks Department invites you to a treasure hunt on Saturday. Oh, yes, exclaimed Gruntley, a treasure, all for me. Gold up to my belly, silver to my snout, diamonds to my pointy ears. That's what it's all about. Hey! When Saturday came, Gruntley was ready for action. The park ranger explained the rules of the treasure hunt to the eager hunters. You will have 3 clues, she said. I'll give you the first clue, and if you follow that and the other clues, you'll find a treasure. Ooh, said Hampshire, Berkshire, and Yorkie. A stupendously superb opportunity, observed wise Woolworth. Cluck, agreed Cluck. And over at the starting line, yes, hissed Gruntley, I'm going to be number 1 and get all the treasure. All for me and none for all. Let me read that again. All for me and none for all. Do you notice how that is the same line as the title of the book? The park ranger called out the first clue. Clue number 1, go 50 steps, then you will see clue number 2 under the C. Yes! Gruntley was in such a hurry to be in the lead, he didn't bother to hear the end of the clue. As the others headed off to look under the tree, Gruntley was racing toward the sea. So how can you tell what the clue actually says? Let's find out. Gruntley did not get far. Gruntley got wet, so he slogged back. As he passed the tree, the second clue, which the other hunters had left behind, blew right into his hand. Clue number 2. To find the next clue and make your heart sing, go to the playground, look under the... Again, greedy Gruntley was so eager to be number 1, he skipped the last word. I've got it, he snorted. Wing! Look under the wing. Several annoyed and squawking birds later, Gruntley gave up the wing idea, and as he hurried past the playground swing, he tripped over the last clue, which his companions had tossed in the grass. Clue number 3. To find your own treasure, turn left at the frog, and there it will be under a... I know, cried Gruntley, under a hog. And there it will be under a hog. Yes. What do you think the clue really says? Gruntley galloped on, zoomed left at the frog, and screeched to a halt. He was surprised to find his companions already sitting on a log. But no time to wonder. It was time for some serious hog tipping. Pardon me, move it. Sorry, Woolworth, didn't mean you. Scoozy. When both hogs had been tipped, with absolutely no treasure beneath them, Gruntley paused and blinked. How could this be? No gold, no silver, no diamonds. Wait a minute. Gruntley eyed the little bags the others were clutching. What do you got? The little group backed away. Trail mix, they answered. Our treasures. That's it? Trail mix? Seriously? Gruntley was almost speechless as his mind tried to replace gold, silver, and diamonds with trail mix. This was stressful, but he did it. After all, trail mix was rather yummy and crunchy and sweet and delicious. I don't suppose there might be some left for me. Me? All for me? Gruntley's fellow hunters, fearing that he might grab at any moment, gripped their bags so tightly they crackled. Then Cluck, a chicken of few words, strutted forward. She looked Gruntley in the eye and said, Cluck. Look, wondered Gruntley. Look where? Cluck pointed her ruffled wing toward the log. Cluck. There? Asked Gruntley. And then Cluck got down on her knees, or whatever chickens get down on, and pointed way low with her beak. Cluck, 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 cluck. Cluck, 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 cluck. Under the log. So what is Cluck doing? It's kind of funny, isn't it? I wonder how he understands what she's saying. Oh, now Gruntley got it. Without even waiting, as Cluck clucked, you betcha, cluck, 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 Gruntley looked under the log and grabbed his treasure. He was about to dig in, but wait, the others had saved it. No one had touched it, or taken it, or snatched it, or grabbed it, or tried a nibble, or a gobble, or hogged it. Gruntley was so moved by his companion's kindness and honesty that there was only one thing to do. Should he? Would he? Could he? Cluck, cluck, wondered Cluck. As Gruntley moved closer, Hampshire, Berkshire, and Yorkie hugged their treasures, trembling. Cluck continued to wonder. And Woolworth pulled the wool over his eyes. Gruntley looked at his worried companions. So what do you think the other animals expect him to say? Look at the animals' faces and bodies. Think about what Gruntley has done to them at other times in the story. The little group took a deep breath. Gruntley just smiled. Almost all for me, but some for all. Gruntley shared.